Hi, friends. We're back today to play some more House Flipper. We're calling this Season 2 because recently I lost everything that I had done in House Flipper. Somehow it all got erased. And so I am starting over completely. And we just finished our first house that we bought. After doing some jobs, we bought the camping bungalow and we finished that and sold it last stream. Since then, I went and bought the next house. I'm starting with the least expensive and working my way up, even though we could have afforded something a little bit more expensive than this, but I like starting back at the very beginning and just working through each of the houses. So last night I went and bought the burned house, and today we're going to go over and get started on that one. First off, about the burned house, it said, "I will sell for renovation. A fire broke out at home, but the house did not suffer too much, and I estimate its condition as good. The house has 2 rooms and a kitchen and a bathroom." Then, after we bought it, the other part of this came up that says, "Cursed, cursed, this house is cursed." These are the last words uttered by the woman who jumped out of the burning house. The police investigation showed that she set the house on fire herself. Okay, so that is what we are going to be dealing with. I'm going to click to go to the house, and you can see on screen here the house is not what I would consider to be in good shape, but that's what they were calling it. Still, we are good at our job, and we will be able to get this all fixed up. No problem. So let's go over here, and we'll start by getting rid of some of this broken down stuff, some of the weeds around it too. Just everything that I can click on right there. And then we will try and clean off some of this stuff. Yeah, there's stuff on the ground, but also the stuff on the roof where the smoke got on there, it discolored it. Fortunately, it seems to wash off pretty well with just the garden hose. Now, clean up a few of these weeds while we're over here. There. Okay, and then let's go inside. And I am planning to just get rid of everything that is in here because there's really nothing that is worth keeping after it's all had fire damage and everything. Sell that and that. Okay, and then we will clean up things. We're still at our basic broom, and it definitely takes some time to do the cleaning. Not like later when we just kind of point and click, but that's okay. If anybody has not seen the start of this game before, you start at the very beginning with jobs, sort of handyman type jobs, to learn how to use the tools and to get some money to buy houses. And then you get these first houses that are in very, very bad condition. And they're generally very tiny, and they often have things like fire damage or water damage. But it allows us a chance to really make a big improvement in the house once we get it all cleaned up and we paint it and put flooring in it and all the things, and then put furniture and decorate it, and this house will be so much nicer. And so we should be able to make a good profit on it. Now let's see what we need to clean in here. Yeah, the ceiling, we're able to clean the smoke damage off of that. Oh, hey, Chesh! Nice to see you. How are you doing? We are working on the second house in the game. Since I had to start over recently, I'm still a little bit slow at cleaning with this basic broom. But we are going to turn this smoke damaged house into something nice. Ooh, I didn't know you'd been having back problems. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you are doing better today. I hope that that continues to improve fully. Now we've got to take care of this outlet. I think all the outlets in this house were damaged by the fire. So we will have lots of outlets to change. Oh my, yeah. Moving a printing press. I don't know how large that is, but I would imagine that sounds like something that would be big and heavy. So I can understand how you could have strained something doing that. Take care of yourself so that you can get fully over this. I do enjoy on these early houses how much, 200 to 300 pounds. Wow. Yeah, even with help, that's still, it's easy to strain something. Okay, yeah, well, thank you for the lurk, and it's nice to see you. Be careful as you're cleaning so you don't strain things further. I'm sure moving around a bit can be good. Just make sure you don't overdo it. Uh, there. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Well, I hope the cleaning goes well. It is so fun to see these windows go from being so grimy and unpleasant looking to clear as can be. Now, this room still looks like quite a mess, but that's because, oh, there is something to clean over here. Okay. Uh, most of what's left here is not stuff that can be cleaned, but we will be able to fix it by painting and laying new carpet or tiles or something of that sort. Okay, and I see that we have another outlet to take care of too. We got some windows to do out here too. The view out the windows will be a little nicer once we get the yard cleaned up a bit. We'll have to go out there and do some mowing. I haven't decided if I'm going to leave this house the way it is as far as the size and just fix it up on the inside with paint and things, or if I'm going to actually try and add on to the house or something like that. I did add a room onto the camping bungalow, but on this one, I might just leave it small and try to see what we can do with it as it is to start with in the game. But it's always hard to decide. It is fun to add rooms on and do some demo and building and really change things around too. So I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do with this one yet. I've also considered doing some kind of challenge on this, like where I have to do it all in a certain color or something like that. We'll see. Haven't quite decided yet. I figured we'll just start with getting it cleaned up and then we can go from there, figure out the rest. That plate seems to have lodged in the floor. Okay, where I should be able to find a place where I can click on that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Get rid of that too. Okay, we can clean up the stuff on the floor of the bathroom at least, although not everything on the walls wants to come off. We will redo all of the surfaces in here anyway, but it is nice to not have like all the crumbly, ashy stuff on the floor. And now can we get, yeah, there we go. And another outlet to take care of. Make sure to get these wires in the right order so we don't have an electrical incident. And then let's sell all of this other stuff or just remove the things that are not worth selling. Oh, and we need to clean the window. First, I'll clean the windowsill. And then we can clean the rest of the window. There. Okay. Oh, looks like we got a little bit more here on the floor. And that should come off the wall if yeah, there we go. Sometimes you have to get in just the right spot to be able to reach something, especially at the beginning when your broom is not as good. Later on in the game, when you have a better broom, you really don't have to do much more than point it in the general direction of what you want to clean. But at the beginning, you sometimes have to get right up next to it. Okay. And then I think I need to do, yeah, we need to clean this window. sell that back door for now. Make sure everything's clean there as best we can get it. There's still something in here that's dirty, looks like. Is it on the floor? Yeah, there we go. And it's like over here. Oh, this wall and ceiling, it looks like. Yeah. Okay, got everything we can right there. There's still a little bit more in this room. Yeah, it's on the floor. You wouldn't, it's hard to tell because it's kind of mixed into all the rest of the dirt on the floor. Some of the dirt you can clean up and some you can't, which can be a little bit confusing sometimes. Let's try up at the top of the wall. Get that. That might be outside. Yeah. Okay, I think we've gotten everything inside the house for now. I'm gonna go check and see if there is something right outside here. Maybe need to spray some more out here. There's no weeds right there. Ah, yeah, that got it. Okay. Part of me wants to add on to the house. There's plenty of room, and I think we would be able to add on in such a way that it would look nice. But the other part of me wants to just keep this a small place. Right, let's go ahead and do some mowing at least, because if I am going to add on to the house, I am going to need to mow the grass down. Here we go. Just zoom around the yard here for a minute. And this will get rid of most of the weeds at the same time as we are getting rid of the long grass. There are a few weeds that the mower does not take care of, and we need to either remove by hand or with the weed whacker, but most of them will come down with the lawnmower. There we go. Misjudged that a little bit. That's okay. There we go. Go up and get this bit that we missed. Same thing for over here. I'll still need to go around the edges too, because I didn't get all the way to the edge on most of the places. Here, let's try and get this edge for now. This is going to look a lot nicer just from having all this grass and weeds cut down. I'm not sure if I want to actually landscape this yard or not, but even if I don't do a full landscaping, just getting this kind of cleaned up really makes a big difference. This is very peaceful. Walking around, mowing, listening to the birds chirping. We'll go back this way. Right, get right up to the edge of the house here. Almost done. Okay, I think that does it. If I missed anything, I think so. Oh, but it looks like I need to do some cleaning on the house here. Oh, probably, yeah. I need to get that smoke damage from on the eaves. Get that cleaned up. There. And then missed one thing. There, got it. Okay, there's something else around on this side. Okay, got that clean. There, and that side's done. And the more that I think about it, I think I do want to add on to this house. Is there something down there? Maybe there is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so I want to use the architect tool. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm going to need to remove the windows that are there. And then will it let me do this? Oops, wrong menu. Yes, now I can do that, but I can't go out that far, which is what I wanted to do. Maybe I can expand it once I get it in place. We'll see. Yes, now I can pull it out this way because I want this to be even with the porch, which is also even with the other side of the house there. Okay, and so now we will finish building that. And I like how that gives us a little inset area where the door is. And on this side, I think I'm going to bring this out a little bit more too, so that the two sides will be a little bit closer to the same size. Hey, honey. Streaming. Yep.
Streaming.
Hi.
Tommy here. Crying out loud. Yes. Hi.
Kiddo is making us
Yeah,
food. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I figured it was okay for me to
good?
go ahead and stream.
Are you better? Yeah. Are you? Yeah. Good. Can I say hi to your brother now? Come here.
Yeah, Moosey, Copper gets a turn too. Yes, you had a turn.
Moose. No.
You had a turn to say hi to Daddy. Go right to there for now. Let's see how
All right,
that
all good. We're all
looks.
Stop jumping into me.
I maybe went a little too far on that side now. I think I'll back some.
Are we getting any escapes today?
No,
Not any escapes today.
No escapes today. Build that up. Oh, and we got a new skill point. And okay, I am going to do build out buildings 10%. Or no, let's go. We'll keep working on the price. We'll go with cheaper.
Oh, you've been live for 30 minutes.
Yep. No, just started a short time ago. Okay, now we need to put the roof on these. We'll use our handy little grappling hook to get up here. And then we want roof. And we want a gable roof. Now, before I buy that, what kind of tile or those are kind of a little bit brownish maybe. I need to turn this so I can see. That's kind of brownish, but I can't tell if it's actually divided into tiles or shingles. Okay, I think this one maybe would be a little closer. Maybe we'll try that one and see how it does. I want to match it up with the rest of the roof. Okay, maybe back one. No, that's... Go back out. And then we're going to have to adjust the height, and hopefully that will kind of fix it so it'll match. And if it doesn't match entirely, then we'll just deal with it. Okay, I think that's about the right height. Bring it over here. There. Okay, now let's see what this looks like. Okay, okay, I'm gonna need to raise that a little bit taller, I think, and maybe do a different type of shingles or tiles, whichever they are. It's hard to tell. If I get on here while I'm doing this, maybe. Oh, I can't take it any taller than that. Okay, well, that won't quite match then, but that's okay. But let's look and see what other tiles or shingles we have. Oh, I know, I have to do that differently. Change. It would be nice if we could at least change the tiles on the original house so that we could get things to match up, but I don't think it's going to let us do that. Definitely not that. Okay. I think maybe that's the closest. Or this. Onamus brown. Yeah, I'll do that one. It's definitely darker than the original, but I think that's probably as close as we're going to be able to get. And then we need to go do the roof on this other side. Oops, wrong thing. This is what we need. Bring this out here. And to the edge over here. Oops, need one more, I think. Out this way. And then I want to get as tall as I can. Okay, well, see what this looks like from out here. Okay, I would have preferred it if I could have made the entire roof look like it's the same, like it's all one thing, but since I can't, we will go with this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the windows because with the additions, I don't know if those will be the best placements for the windows still. Get rid of that one too. And this one, we may even change some of the things around inside. And for this, I don't know if we want a wall here with doors or if it would be good to have it opened up. I don't think we can open it entirely, but I think we could put a very wide door frame there and open it up that way, at least for now, and then we can decide later if that's what we want to, how we want to keep it or not. Okay, so these are the largest that we can do. And I'm going to start with, oh, I don't know, maybe cedar. Cedar always looks nice. Okay, okay, those outlets are in the way for doing that. If I was to, I might be able to get rid of the outlets, but I'm not sure if I can. Let's, at least, I don't think we can until we fix them, at least. And when they have outlets that need to be fixed, I'm not sure if you can actually get rid of them. Other times you can sell the outlets once they put them in, but I'm not sure that works when it's part of the job. But we will see what we can manage. We don't necessarily have to open that whole thing up either. I just haven't made a plan as to how I want to use all of this space. Hey, Marilith. Yes. And but we have come back to Earth. We are back at the very beginning of the House Flipper game because I lost everything that I'd done previously. So we are starting over, except that I do have all of the DLC, and so we can do things like build onto this. So I just added a couple of additions onto this tiny little house. So we now have a much bigger house to work with. And I am not sure what I'm going to do with it. I want to kind of open up this wall here so that I can just get an idea of how I want to divide things up before. But apparently I cannot sell these outlets, so I'm going to have to do something a little bit smaller, I think. I don't know enough about ESO to know how that compares, but sure. Just getting out of prison sounds like, yeah, that would be an explanation that could work. I'm going to go with white wood this time. And even with that, those things are still in the way. Okay, we will have to go with something smaller. And whatever I do here is not necessarily going to be a permanent thing anyway. I just want to be able to see what I'm doing better and not have that whole thing walled off. I did not realize that. I didn't know prison was so much a part of that game. That's funny. Okay, that's interesting how it did that. But there, now I can see how much room I have over there. And then I added that extension on the other side, so I should be able to enlarge these rooms. And I think I'm going to do the same thing kind of and put that there. One thing I don't like in this, when you add on to the house, you can't just get rid of the original walls. You can get rid of pieces of them, but not the entire thing. Let's see, that's too wide for that. I saw some that were only too wide. Let's try that. No, it will not let me go. Oh, because again, there's an outlet in the way. Okay. Well, that would be interesting, yeah. Right now, there's no way to know which walls are structural walls and which are not. Now, I think I want to center the doorway here a little bit more and maybe even do a large, fancy front door. Oh, thank you very much. One should be fine.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, thank you. Spawn just brought me my dinner, quesadilla. Okay, let's see. Maybe there's so many choices for doors. There's enough room here. I could do a double barn door, but I'd have to put a door frame first. Let's see. I'm not sure what the sizes are. Try putting that there. And then see if the double barn door work in front of that. Oh, no, I'm not going to have enough. Are we? Well, it looks like that would go into the walls. It almost looks like it would let me do that, but I don't think that would really work. Okay, get rid of that. And that's interesting. That one did let me do it in spite of a outlet there. That must have been an outlet that hadn't been broken or something. No, these are freshly made quesadillas that Spawn made. Spawn went to the store today and got some groceries and then came home and made quesadillas with those groceries. And Spawn makes very good quesadillas. And we had the option of having chicken quesadillas, but I prefer just plain cheese. But I do have some grilled onions in it. And yes, Spawn can be very productive. And Spawn does not have work today, so Spawn feels more like doing things here at home. 2 kinds of cheese, grilled onions, and fresh salsa. Makes for a very tasty quesadilla. What would this be like? That would let a lot of light in. Yes. The 4-legged Hoovers are always here, but they are hopeful at the moment, even though they don't normally get fed scraps or anything, but they always hope. Okay, Moose, you have to stay down. Come on. Yeah, this is not for you. Yeah, you liked the idea of getting up here, didn't you? Okay, I like the door. So it's definitely going to be kind of an awkward space. I wonder if there's any way that I can do something more with that doorway. Can I put a smaller arch there as well? No, it won't let me put that there. I really don't like that in this large home, when you first walk in, you've got this tiny little awkward space. But I guess this will just be the front hall. And then the addition can be the family room or something. He does think he's a small doggo. He doesn't realize that he has grown since he was a puppy. And he definitely thinks he should be in my lap all the time. Okay, I'm going to take this down, because I want to expand the kitchen. At least that wall out. That way I can bring the kitchen all the way over, maybe. Possibly. Now, these are outlets I can remove. It's going to be a narrow kitchen no matter what. Yes. What's amazing is that he fits on my pillow at night over my head. So I have my head on the pillow, and then he like wraps himself around my head and curls up and fits there. And he looks like a pretty little dog when he does that, which is really funny because he is big and he just, pulls himself in and seems to shrink. I see that I have something else I need to fix. Okay, apparently, oh, it's the light here. That's right. There, okay. I'll probably end up changing out the light anyway, but we'll fix it for now. Got to take care of all the little jobs that are part of this. There. So, how are you this evening, Merilith? I hope you are well. Maybe what I will do is add on a new bathroom and remove this bathroom and extend the kitchen that way. Okay. Yeah, putting some food on sounds like a good idea. I'm sorry to be eating on stream in front of people, but I couldn't resist this when Spawn brought the quesadilla in. I couldn't wait. More demo. Yes. Or not, it does not wait well anyway. It gets cold and icky, and quesadillas in particular really need to be eaten when they are freshly cooked. Well, I hope you have good things that you are able to find to eat. Have a good meal. Oh, sounds yummy. Get rid of all of those. And that. And then I'm going to move this wall over so that it is the same width as the rest of the kitchen. Doing lots of demo this time, but that's good. That'll help build up our skill points on demo so we can get faster at it and have a longer reach and things like that. First, did Kiddo get your food to you yet? Okay, and then put a wall along here. There. Okay, so now we have a nice long galley kitchen, it looks like. Oops, we got a bit of brick stuck up here still. Get that down there. And then over here, this was originally a bedroom, but I might make that into a dining room. So we've got the bedroom over here, and then I think I'm going to put a bathroom over at the end of the bedroom there. But we have room to put another bathroom. That could be just for that bedroom. We have room to put another one out in this area to have for guests that are at the house. And this will be our big living room area, I think. We could even do a second bedroom, but I'll see how things fit. Oh, cool. We got a new point on demolition, so be able to go a lot faster with that. And now I want to put some tiles down in here. Floor and ceiling tiles. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of doing something, of trying to challenge myself and try to do a house that is all in. That would be interesting. They did at one point in time for April Fool's Day, they took away our hammer and gave us a shotgun instead. And if we shot at a wall, the whole wall would come down, or the whole section, instead of having to hit it several times. That was pretty fun, but they just gave it to us for the one day. But I'm thinking of trying to challenge myself to do a house in an odd color. And I'm thinking like an odd color, meaning one that's not as common to find things in. And I'm thinking of trying to do the house in orange. And so there are actually a lot of orange tiles. I'm surprised. Let's see what this would look like. I'm not sure what I think of that one. I think I may go with one of the older ones just because it's something a little bit different, but it still would look like a nice floor. I didn't realize that, but I just meant like in the game, there are not as many orange options usually. They have a lot of neutral colors. That there, it's orange, but it's not a straight orange, but it's like a stone that has sort of an orangey color, and I think that could work there. And then we need walls. And I think I'm going to start by painting, and I will probably add some tiles for a backsplash, but I want to start with paint. And then, okay, these are our orange choices. They are all pretty bright. I thought they might have some others that would, oh wait, there's also the gradient sets. So let's look at the gradient set for orange. Yes, this is what I was thinking, is we can find something that is somewhat orangey, but also, not a color crayon orange necessarily. Okay, I'm going to get small things of more than one color. I want to see how they look with the floor. Okay, there's this orange pink. Doesn't look that different than the other one, but a little bit lighter. Got the carrot cake. Okay, and then we've got brown sugar here. I think looking at those, I think that the brown sugar would look nice with this floor. Let's see what it looks like on the walls. I mean, I don't want to just do a fully brown thing, but they have this in the section of orange, so I think I would really consider that more brown than orange. So even though I like it, I am going to try and see what else there is. Could do melon pulp. Let's see what that looks like. That's also a somewhat orangey brown, but it does definitely have more of an orange undertone than the other one did. I might go with this one. So what kind of colors do you like, Merilith? If you think if neutrals are barf, I take it you like brighter colors, more intense colors? My favorite colors change a lot. My favorite color tends to be blue for most things, but I really like most colors. There are a few I don't like so well, but I like a lot of different colors, and it is definitely fun to work with things that are a little bit different. So, since I do not normally decorate rooms in orange, this is a nice challenge for me. Oh, wow. That's hard to visualize. If you have any pictures, I would love to see. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a bigger thing of that. Or actually, I can probably do another small one since I'm almost done. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just if you run across one and want to share, that would be fun to see. But that sounds like it would be hard to find like furniture and stuff that would work in there. But so what did you do for furniture in that room? Did you do it in those colors or did you go with something like black or some completely different thing? Another of the. Oh no, that's not one to fix. That's just a different thing. It doesn't look like I can remove it. Okay, fine. Oh, that's one I already fixed. That's why. Okay, this is definitely going to be a very long, skinny kitchen. So, trying to think how I will put things in here. And then I also need to look and see what kitchen furniture comes in orange or some kind of thing related to that. Kitchen. Okay, so this comes in a pastel orange. It's the only one that's orange of that. Then we've got wood ones that only come in wood tones, not painted. And let's see what we've got these. And this comes in an orange too. It's also pastel, but a little bit brighter, I think, than the other pastel orange ones we saw. And then, okay, no, that does not have any orange in that. About the dark. Nope, no orange choices there. That's all wood tones, I think, or mostly. Okay, so the snowman and the gustum or something, those are the ones that have orange. I was looking to see if there's any others, but no, that does not have. What about the dark? Nope. And that does not. Yeah, that's mostly just wood. I think this will be too. So, yeah, it looks like we are limited to two different types of things that we can go with. And I think of those, I think I want to go with the Gustum. Oh, I'm going to go electronic equipment, refrigeration. Let's see. I don't remember if Gustum has a refrigerator that goes with it. Yes, it does. There, put that right there. And then let's see if a corner counter will fit there next to it. Need a corner. There's a lot of them to scroll through. Okay, here we go. And this would be the one that we would need. And then for the tabletop, maybe I'll go with the cream, or does not look like what I thought it was going to. Yeah, I'll go with the cream on that, I think. And for the handles, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go with black handles. Okay, that. Oh, well, thank you for checking. But that definitely sounds like an interesting color scheme. You are much bolder in your decorating choices than I am in real life. Although I will say, I did, when I was a kid, I had my mom, I got permission so that we could paint my bedroom a bright yellow, and then we painted a bright orange sun on the ceiling and painted our dressers and things in bright orange. Got pretty tired of it before long, and that's one reason that since then I've been a little bit more cautious on what colors I use, because I don't want to have to live with them for a really long time. And generally, I don't paint all that often. Let's see. These are hanging cabinets, but they must have some standing cabinets that are narrow. Yes, there we go. Let's try this one and see if that fits there. There we go. And black handles and cream top. Okay, I need a slightly wider. Oh, okay. Yeah. I've had furniture like that for much of my life, that hodgepodge. There was basically one time when my late husband and I moved into the first house that we bought. We actually got pretty much all new furniture at the time, and everything was matching and stuff. But that's really the only time that I've had matching furniture. And I forgot to change the countertop on that. Okay. And I think the handles as well. Okay, why that changed one handle but not the other? That's weird. Huh. Okay, well, whatever. Let me get rid of the thing that's here. Wow. Yeah, it sounds like you've definitely been very bold. Orange, 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 and then where's the cream? Oh, cream tabletop and black handles, even though it's only changing one of them. I was going to go and change the color of the handles on the refrigerator to match the rest, but maybe I will leave that, since that one handle wouldn't change, then they can kind of match each other. Okay, let's see. Where do I want the thing? Do maybe one more cabinet there, and then put the sink next. That one changed both handles. Slate blue sounds really nice. Crimson would be very intense for a room. I could imagine like an accent wall in crimson. A whole room in crimson could be good if you had the right stuff with it, but it would be definitely one of those where it would be a very strong choice. Let's see. I need to go back to furniture, kitchen, functional cabinets, and down here is what I need. Orange, orange, black handles, cream tabletop, and then for the sink, I think I'll go with the just dark for the sink. Or maybe I'll do the light. And then I'll do the faucet in black. Yeah. Let's see, I guess, yeah, I'll put a dishwasher here, sure. That right there. And then we will go with the stove. That should be in functional cabinets too. Where do they not have a stove that goes with this? We'll go into electronic equipment, cooking. Oh, there we've got some. Okay.
I'm the local bug guy. Literally.
Yeah, okay.
The local bug guy.
Right. So we don't want any bugs, thank you. Okay, so now we've got the oven. I need to find a cooktop. Let's try this one. That's a little wide for that, but it should be okay once I get the cabinet next to it. So now we just need standing cabinets. Do one of these. maybe even a couple of these. And we need a hood over the range. That'll be an electronic equipment. And we have one that matches this set. Okay, now we need some hanging cabinets. Here we go. This will be a good one to go right here. I'll do a few of these. Okay, I need to adjust this a little bit. This over. Okay. Okay, looks like I need to get one more of the smaller cabinets. Maybe one for each side. There. Now I can adjust that there. I'm gonna go up a little further with these. Turn this light on. It's giving me, oh, there, yeah, there is a place to turn the light on, but it's just very hard to find the right spot. Oops, that is not quite right. I need to move it over more. Right about there. Oops. This over here. Now I can move that up. There. Maybe I'll do glazed cabinet here. Trade places. Same with these. There. I will keep the rest of them with the painted doors. And somewhere along here, I'm going to use the corner one. So let's find where that is. I think this one had a corner cabinet, didn't it? Okay, I better look it up this way for a minute. If I don't find a corner cabinet, may just stop at this point. Oh, okay, there is a corner cabinet. I thought there was. I'm guessing at the height on that. I can fix it once I get these others in here. Let's do one of these. Okay, that's going to leave us with a little bit of a gap. So let's see. This one, what size was that? It didn't say. Okay, I know some of these give size. At least I think so. Yeah. Let's see how that does. So I did 40 and then another 40, and that'll leave like 10 or 20 maybe. So let's look for a 50 instead. 45. Oh, there's 50. Okay. Let's see if two of these will fit in that space. Almost. Okay, let's try a 45 for one of them. Or a 40. There. Okay, that fits just right. And then we are going to need a little narrow thing for over here. Maybe 25 centimeters. Let's see how that does. Oh, no, it's not quite as narrow as I thought. Maybe 35 centimeters. Yeah, that's just right. And I think I want to do lots of windows on this other wall because I think we have enough storage space already. And since this is so narrow, I'll do windows and maybe a door as well. I'll probably leave the door down a little further, but maybe some full floor to ceiling windows or something. Just checking what all our options are here. I think I want to go with something relatively simple. Let's see how this. Oh, that doesn't go all the way down like I thought. I mean, it could work. Actually, if I was to move that over a little, that might actually be nice because you could actually use that window as seating, I think. Oops, I want to go over one more with it, but I have to finish that first. Okay, fine. I'll sell it and try again. Go over just a little bit further. Yeah, I should have kept my paint, but oh well. I'll buy a little bit more paint. Gradient set, orange melon pulp. There. Okay, I'm going to hold on to that for now in case I need some more. And then I need to decide if I'm going to do some kind of a tile backsplash. I want to look and see if there are any good tiles from the Steam Workshop that might work here. Renovation walls. I'm looking for something that hopefully I could do just a backsplash that would not go all the way up the wall. Okay, there are a lot of options, but I'm not seeing too many tile options right now. They have orange and gray, but I don't know if that's a tile or just something like a wallpaper for the whole wall. It's hard to tell sometimes with the workshop things if they're not specifically labeled. What are the colors in that? No orange. It does looks like it would look nice with the, I think I'm going to put this here. I'll allow myself a little touch of something that's not fully orange. Take a little bit of time to get all of these arranged on here. Oh, there. Now it's going better. There we go. I do like how that looks with the colors in here. Okay, I wonder, maybe I can find a slightly smaller cabinet to go down there and stop where those tiles do. Either that, or maybe I will extend the cabinet. Let's see, let me see how. I think I'll put another cabinet down here. Bring this out maybe to the edge of where the wall currently is. I considered getting rid of part of that wall, but now let's see what cabinet we can put there. Furniture, kitchen, hanging cabinets. Oh, not hanging, standing cabinets. Okay, let's try the 50 centimeter and see if that's the right size. Okay, it won't go all the way to the edge, but I want to see where it goes. Okay, yeah, it doesn't go completely even with the tile. Okay, let me try something else then. Let's do, oh, I think I need to go down further to get the sizes that I want. I think there's some more down there. Maybe not. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, I could do something like this. Let's see how that would work. Okay, that goes, oh, actually, that goes right even with the wall. Okay, we will leave that like it is then. I had considered stopping the wall at the level of where that upper cabinet ends, but I guess we will need to extend it down further. Hanging cabinets. Does that end right with the wall? I think it does. Yes, it's right even. Okay, that will work. And then, I don't know, with this window, yeah, I guess we'll just. I was trying to decide if I need to move that some, but I think that'll work. Oh, I need to do tiles along this way too. Hopefully they will fit the right way. There we go. Okay, that will require moving the refrigerator out slightly, unless, let me see. Yeah, it won't let me do that, so that's interesting. They don't seem to meet up quite evenly. At least not at the bottom. It looks like there's a bit of a gap. Okay, that's as close as I can get it. Put that over there for a minute. Now we'll see how much this has to go out. Okay, it does have to go out some, but refrigerators often do extend out from the counters, so I think that would be okay. Set that over there. Now, I need to decide if I want to go up further over the stove. And okay, I would not be able to go up all the way, but let's see what doesn't match up evenly there. I get rid of these. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay. And then I want to check something because I know they have cushions you can put on the windowsills to make little window seats. Don't remember what they called them though. What were they under? Maybe accessories? Oh, I think they were Moroccan. So let's see. Okay, well the ones, oh, they do have, okay. There. Yeah, this kind. And the other option would be this one right here. That's kind of cute. They actually kind of match in a way, or they both have the same striped thing around them. I think I will go with the one that is not just stripes. One more there. This one could move over a little, I think. There. That's nice. So they have a little window seat there. So if somebody wants to be in the kitchen the same time as the cook, there is room that they could be here and visit, even though it's a crowded kitchen. And I need to do a light of some kind in here. Oh, no, it's fine. Don't worry about you don't have to be here when I start, but I am glad to see you. I'm sorry that work has kept you so busy today. I hope that it has been good things you've been busy with. And then, of course, there's first coming in and doing that. Let's see I could do that instead of the other tile I put down. I'm thinking I might change my floor here. Oh, no, that's not going to be the right size. So Taters, the house I am working with here is the burned house. It's like the second house you get to in the game. So very tiny one, but I added an extension on each side. And so we have a lot more room to work with. And then I'm giving myself a challenge to decorate it all in orange. So this is what I have so far. Some things are not exactly orange, but trying to keep an overall orange theme going. So we'll see how well I can do carrying it through to everything. But yes, all shades of orange. And actually, I probably want to carry this orange paint over the rest of the way on this wall, since it's not got anything dividing it from the rest of the room there. I'm not sure what I will put on those other walls, but at least this back wall I will do with that same orange. And then I want to put a door going through to outside. Let's see, what was the door that I used at the front of the house? I don't want to go with the same one, but I want to make sure I keep them looking similar. I need to look back. Oh, that's right. I did the Purim one, I think. Yeah, this one here. So let's see if I can find a smaller Purim door. Yeah, like this right here to use to go out to the backyard. Gotta do a little bit more paint touch up here. But I'll leave that side for now because I'm not sure what I'm going to do there yet. And I don't know what floor I'll do out here because I want to end the tile right there at the edge of the kitchen. And this is going to be our entryway. So I could go with a different type of tile on this floor, or I might go with wood on this one. Try and have it be a little bit different. Let's see, floor and ceiling panels. Maybe I'll go Maestro light panels. Let's see how that works. I think that looks nice. It's not orange, but I think it would be okay to occasionally have something that's not fully orange. To use some wood. So the entryway will have wood paneling, and then I'm not sure what we will do on the other floors. I think over here we will probably want to do some kind of carpeting, do some orange carpet or something like that. Where's floor and ceiling? There we go. And coverings. Okay, what about over here? Renovation floor. Yeah, I think I do have some orange carpet in this. Well, yeah, I have this peach. That's probably as close to orange as I'll be able to get. Let's double check if I have any others. And there is that Moroccan tile too. And this Caliente is sort of a red orange, but I think it's more red than orange, really. So I think maybe go with the peach. Oh, that really looks more mauve than peach. I don't think I want to use that. Maybe I will do the wood in here that I was doing before, and then I might actually do that Moroccan tile in the entry. We'll see if it would fit. And here I'll just have the wood floor, and then we can put, a rug down on it. And we could keep the wood floor all through here. It is nice to have the same floor running throughout, but I am curious also how this Moroccan tile would look. Although I can see that I might have a problem with getting it to fit. Okay, it fits there. It's just that I would need to change where the kitchen floor ends or carry this into the kitchen. Something like that. I should go down this way and make sure that this will fit evenly in this direction. It almost fits. Let me see. If I was to move each of these, am I going to be able to do? Oh, there it is. Thinking if I was to move this over to where the back door is the one that has a little bit showing, and then maybe I could cover it up with a welcome mat. I'll put something like that at the front door too, but I was thinking that at the back door it might be a better place to kind of hide that if it doesn't fit perfectly. I could also go back to the Steam Workshop and see if these came in another size as well. I think this was the only size that I saw, but I could double check that. This is getting dark in here. I need to put a light up, I think, or at least turn on the lights that are here. Start off with a light switch. There. pretty floor. Now try and lay the rest of the tiles. Now, I hope these tiles, oh no, that's going to be a problem right there. Okay, let me think about this. For now, I'm going to keep working on these. Oh, now that will let me go under there, even under the wall. That will be helpful. Yeah, it'll let me go way back under the wall. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these again. Or, well, let's just see how far these can move. Move it way over. Is it going to show from the outside? No, it doesn't. Maybe because it's covered up by the porch or something. I don't know, but I bumped it a minute ago and didn't notice I'd turned it off. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I bumped the mic and I thought that it was still on, but clearly I was not looking carefully enough. Yeah, it sounds like we could have all kinds of interesting books. Yes, I can't give you crap for it now. Oh, I didn't get those quite right. And now I'm not. Oh, it is going to let me move that. Good. There. It's tricky trying to find the right spot on these to be able to move them. But the fact that it will let you push them halfway or more under walls and things definitely makes it easier to work with, because you don't have to worry that you're going to end up being off by a little bit. It's just taking a lot of effort at the start because, okay, let's try putting some more there. And then if I have to move these others, I will, but I don't want to start moving them until I know if I have to. This is going to need to move. If I can find the spot to grab it to pick it up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Moose, what are you barking about? Num 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 num. Oh yes, happy doggies. Hey, first, where are the dog treats? You left me with no dog treats. Can you come bring some? Please? Yes, we're going to give you num nums in just a minute. Daddy's going to go get them because the bag is all empty.
Sounds like somebody should have checked.
Sounds like somebody should have refilled them after his stream when he used them up. Oh, yeah, here you go. Good boy. Copper, come here. Come here, Copper.
Moose, you're not getting
Mommy
more.
has it. Oh. Copper. Yeah, there you go. You had yours, Moosey. You had yours. Good boy. Yes, we're all done now. All done. I know. They're still out. Yes, they heard the song. They came to the place. Yes, he does want more, but he's lucky he gets so many num-nums. Okay, now let's see. I gotta find how to switch this back again. They're chasing down first, looking for more. They're like, but you're carrying the thing of num-nums. You should be giving us some. Yeah, we're all done. You got it already. That was nice, huh? Yes, Auntie Taters remembered to make sure Doggy's got num-nums again. Yeah, that was very nice. But we're all done for now. Yeah. And at least they have been good boys today in that they didn't escape from the yard like yesterday. That's because first, you know, we'll let that count for them anyway. Hi, no, it's all done. We're all done, Moose. All done with the num-nums. Yeah, you liked that, didn't you? I know. Okay, so get these others moved. Yeah, I this one was worse than the past times. I mean, before it was the fault of the fence and the yard and things, but this time first really had it what seemed quite secure, but Copper managed to somehow make a hole in our fence in our wire mesh, but he managed to get all the wires bent and twisted and made himself a place to get out of. But first used a lot more twist ties on it this time to try and help secure it at least. Yeah. He's a rascally doggy. He's like, well, if this fence is in my way, I'll just move it out of my way. He's very resourceful. He does keep first busy trying to. Copper continually finds ways to get out, so first has to continually find ways to keep him in. And then I am going to do the kitchen as well. I like this better than the other flooring I was using. Oops, I overlapped that in a spot, I think. These over. Yeah. I hope this works to cover everything evenly. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Well, it will let me put the tile under the cupboards, but it will not let me put cupboards on top of where there is already tile. And I sure hope that doesn't mean that it's going to give me problems with putting other furniture on the tile. Surely other furniture should be able to go on this because otherwise it would not make any sense to have that on the floor. I don't know why I can't get that one back as far as I could with the others, but okay. kind of guessing at how far back there I need to go with that anyway. This flooring is a little bit tedious since it has to be put in place one square at a time. But I do think it will look very nice when it's done. There. Okay. It's not going to let me. Oh, it'll let me put it there, but not there. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder why that is. But I will go ahead and just move this other because pull each of these out a little bit. There. Yes. Where was the edge of that? I have to go back down this one. Sure, I'm getting lined up. And then I just need to move a few of them over a little bit. Oops. A little further. This one, and then it should all be there. Okay, that floor looks very nice. And I think for the walls in this area, I'm going to go with an even lighter shade of orange than we did on the kitchen, down to where it's almost a cream or something, but or just like a very light peach. Walls, paint, gradient set, orange. Okay, I think I'm going to go with this one that they call strawberry milk, even though it is in the section of orange paints. Yeah, and it does definitely, it has an orangey look to it, somewhat. I forget I have to paint slowly again because I don't have my skills maxed out yet. There. and then to repaint this part with the orange. And then the other side, oops, get turned around there. Do this side with, oh, actually I should have been doing that with the orange too. There. Okay, so, oh yeah, I was gonna put a different light in the kitchen. Lights, ceiling lamps. Oh, I have an idea what one I might use also. Yes, that has orange lampshades on it, so we can do that. And then just need to think where I put it. Yeah, that'll be okay, I think. I need to decide if I want one or two of those. Since it's such a long kitchen, I think I might want a second one, but that might be too much. We'll see. Now, move this down more. And this one down some. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now, for this entryway, what all do we want to put in here? Furniture corridor. That comes in orange. Most of these things do not have an orange option. Now, what about these? Oh, I could put an orange seat on it. Let's see. So many wood tones. No, the frame I want darker. Yeah, I'm gonna go with beech. Now, I did that in brown oak, but what other options? Could go in cedar, natural birch, dark pine, soft maple, warm pine. Maybe I'll do the warm pine. And then I'm going to do orange for the pillow. Okay, let's see how this. I'm not really crazy with that about that warm pine now that I see it. I think I want to go with something different on there. I'll try it with brown oak. Yeah, that looks pretty good there. Okay, then I'm going to remove these hooks from the walls. We've got better stuff there now. Maybe move this over just a little bit. Center it on that section of wall. Or I could put it on the wall over here, might be even better. It goes out in front of the door slightly, but it's very slight. It's a big doorway, so that should be okay. And then I have room to do something else over on this other spot. Maybe a table of some kind. Did I get that all the way against the wall? No, I didn't. Oh, there's, of course, that outlet is going to cause problems. And now it doesn't want to let me set this down even. Okay, well, let's put it back where we had it before. And then maybe I'll put a table on that side. It's not even wanting to let me set a table there because of the outlet. That's really going to be annoying. Well, that one can go there. Okay. And I think I'm going to put a plant over there. Go with one over here. I think decorations, plants. Yeah, I'll put that there. And then maybe I'll put one around this other side too. And then we need a carpet for wiping feet on when people come in. Decorations, floor. I'm going to go with this doormat, I think, in beige. Yeah, I think I'll stick with beige. Oh, it's not going to let me do this on the tiles, I guess. Okay, fine. We can get by without that. And then I want to go with a picture of some kind over here. Let's see what we can find. Decorations, pictures. I want something that is predominantly orange. How big is that mural? It could almost fit there, but also it said it's orange, but it's looking mostly red. I might use that somewhere else. Oh yeah, this might work well here. And then accessories. I know they have some little trays and bowls and things that are for like setting keys and hey. Okay. Love you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay. I am not seeing what I remembered there being. Oh, but I'm going to go with this orange mailbox and walk out here and put this up here for the moment. And then, oh, I will go put these in the kitchen. Let's see. Over here, maybe. So many things in this section. I'm gonna put a dish of oranges on the counter. Oh, but I think I will put a little orange microwave over here. Sure. Okay, we are past the kitchen stuff now, so all kinds of things, but I'm not seeing the little catch-all things that I was looking for. Maybe those were in the base game, but I feel like they were something from the workshop. Well, we do have a phone and keys clutter there, but it wasn't quite what I was wanting. But I think I will put this pair of glasses over here, since we have a nice orange pair of glasses. This is what happens when you get too many things from the Steam Workshop. It takes forever to find what you're looking for. Maybe I'll put this beach bag over here. Okay, so that is all there. Oh, I wonder if I interior design, decorations maybe? No, go back to the base game and do accessories, containers maybe. These are mostly larger containers, but there might be some. No, hobby, I think so. What? Yeah, I can't remember what to find that under. Oh well. Let's see, what else can we put in this area? Really, let's see, maybe one more picture over here. Decorations, pictures. Try and find one that goes with the other one that I hung over there, because they have a few of that style. Maybe we'll do this one here. Oh, it's a little wide. Fits, but just barely. I think I'll do something smaller. Maybe I'll do this. Okay, well, I think I'm going to stop here for tonight. We started with this completely dirty and everything, and we've cleaned a bunch of it and gotten the kitchen pretty much done and the entry hall area. We built on additions to the place. So I think that's quite a lot of stuff we got done, and I think that's good for one day's work. And I believe that Mel is currently streaming, so we will raid into him. Thank you, Merilith. You have a good evening too. His raid settings don't allow me to raid at this time. Taters, do you want to ask Mel if it's okay for us to raid into him? If not, I can just end, but yeah, I'm not not sure why that didn't work at first. Yeah, it's maybe he accidentally changed his settings or something. Yeah. No soup for you. No raid for you. Hey, first, are you available? Was I misspelling? Nothing happened when you did that first. Okay, well, I guess I will just go ahead and end, and people can go over to Mel's on their own. Anyway, thank you everybody who came by, and it was nice to spend some time together. Yeah, everybody go say hello to Mel. I will be over there in a few minutes myself. And good night, everybody.